Hi, this is Jonathan Rosenhead, Jerusalem psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post for Chanukah is going to discuss family rituals. In a recent survey by the Israeli Congress, they looked at the levels of religious commitment and observance in the Jewish Israeli population. And they found that in order of 1, 2, and 3 for religious observance, number 1 was for Leil Seder, on Seder night on Pesach, with 84%. In number 2 is Chanukah with 78%. Number 3 is Kiddush on Shabbos night with 58%. And you can ask, where is Yom Kippur? That would be the obvious question, with the level of significance and holiness attached to Yom Kippur. But Yom Kippur comes in number 4 with 53%. So what comes out of this survey is the common denominator between 1, 2, and 3 is a sense of family commitment and connection, tradition and relationships and unity. And we can see from this, number 1, 2, and 3 is that there's a sense of family ritual in the observance, that it creates this connection, this unity within the family system. And based on this, we can say that the percentages are high for each one of these cases is because it does have a religious aspect, a spiritual aspect, but the motivation also, which is incorporated within these three aspects, these three observances, is the family ritual, the family bonds and connections and relationships. So let's look at family rituals from a psychological perspective. In family therapy, they look at family rituals as being what gives texture and meaning to the family life. It's what creates significant memories for the family. And each person knows the role that they play within this family ritual. And it's something that it has tradition and a sense of connection and commitment within the family unit. And in a sense, the family rituals and the family rituals that we see from this Israeli Congress is that the ritual strengthens the family, and reciprocally as well, the family strengthens the ritual. And this is what this is why it adopts such a, whatever the event is, whatever the practice is, it adopts such a significant position and has such an important role to play within the family life. So in the sense of family therapy and family rituals, the research has shown that if a family or if a couple has a family ritual, and then they stop to practice, they see that they are less committed to it. It is a clear indication, a good indication that there is a deterioration in the relationship, because not being committed to a family ritual is indicative of a cutoff, of no longer being in touch. And a family ritual can be anything. A family ritual can be something which is done yearly, something which is done monthly, or in certain situations. It can be something which is incorporated into the daily life. And I'd like to focus on this point just as an example, because I think it's a valuable message to see how family rituals can be adopted as a daily practice, and it can have a significant effect on the family unit. So for example, dinner time, eating together at the end of the day, sitting down and having a meal at the end of the day. The research shows that that more often a family will sit together and eat together. It's a way of, first of all, in ensuring that there is improvement in interactions, family interactions with each other, sharing experiences, being able to feel vulnerable on a daily basis, in a sense, in a safe environment, is very healthy for one's mental health and for the functioning of the family unit. And it also helps to ensure that certain behaviors perhaps are corrected. The research shows that in the long term, the more often the family sits together and eats together and is connected, it ensures that the children are inculcated with the right values and are less likely to develop antisocial behavior. And on a basic level as well, sitting together as a family ensures that the family eats together and can learn healthy behaviors in terms of nutrition and a healthy diet. So we see that just this family ritual of dinner time on a daily basis can have long-lasting and very significant effect on the family unit and the individuals within the family. And unfortunately, which has been shown in the research as well, is that within the Western culture, it's less and less frequent, it's not very often that families will actually sit together on a daily basis and eat together. So we can see from the research as well, it's an indication of this lack of commitment or neglect of this family ritual over time within the Western culture. It's perhaps an indication of where the family unit or the family life the situation in general of family life in the Western culture. And it's important for families to consider their rituals, to consider what rituals they can start to include within the family system, to take on new rituals, or to strengthen rituals that maybe they have neglected a little bit already over the time. Because each person, each family, and each individual understands what the value of a family ritual is. They know the part that they have to play within the family ritual. And in terms of Chanukah, we can ask ourselves, the question we have to ask ourselves is, what is important about Chanukah? Why is Chanukah special for us? We have this percentage of 78%, but what we want to know is, for each one, from 1% to 78%, each person within that percentage, we can ask them as well, in a qualitative sense, what is significant to you about this family ritual of Chanukah? How does it help you? What meaning does it give to you? And also for the family, because once we can answer that question, we will be able to understand why Chanukah is important to you and why it is also important to your family, and you will understand why you need it and also why your family needs it. Have a great Shabbos, Chanukah Sameach, and keep well.